My name is Aakarshit I've just completed my degree in engineering from Netaji Subhash Institute of Technology in computer science. I did lose my focus in the starting of my preparation. Like my first few months went really slow. So that I would recommend be consistent and focused. Even if you can't devote a lot of time, just devote an hour or two every day. Try to maintain an error log. Yeah, like it sounds like that
Yeah.
it's a task that no one wants to do, but it should be done because you realize its importance when you start doing it actually. I think one of the tips I would give to the aspirants is again follow a simple approach. If you keep following a lot of resources on any exam, be it the GMAT or any other exam for that matter, you tend to lose your path a little bit.
Hello and welcome everyone to another debrief session of e-GMAT. Today we have with us another success. His name is Aakarshit and he has recently got a 730 on the GMAT exam with a phenomenal Q50 and a V39. And we welcome you, Aakarshit, on the platform. And how are you feeling after finally getting the success in the GMAT exam?
Thank you, Akash, for the introduction, and I'm feeling really good. Like
Mm-hmm.
having a 730, like my starting score was around 640. So yeah, I got a good improvement on that.
Yeah.
So
So,
yeah,
like,
feeling pretty good.
what was your feeling when you first saw that score on that screen that you've got a 730?
To be honest, I hoped for a 740,
Mm-hmm.
but in the end, when I got a 730, I was like, yeah, that's all right. Like on the exam
Yeah.
day, score range from 10 minus 10 20
Yeah.
is normal. So I was like, yeah, it's good. Then I
Yeah.
contacted all of my family and friends to tell them
Mm-hmm.
what score I got. And I reached
Yes.
out to you guys and told you the
Mm-hmm.
score and got congratulatory messages and all.
Yeah, definitely. And in the end, it's just a difference of 1%.
Yeah.
And honestly, that would not make any difference to your profile. I'm sure about that. But before we actually get on started with the interview, our viewers would like to know about you in general. So could you just help us with a little bit of your background?
Okay. So my name is Aakarshit I've just completed my degree in engineering from Netaji Subhash Institute of Technology in computer science.
Mm-hmm.
I have interest in computer science as well as fields like finance. So that's why
Okay.
the MBA went. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's all.
Okay, so basically, you're looking something related to both tech and management kind of a role, or only related to finance after
Both,
your
I
MBA?
guess. I'm open to. I'm still exploring. I'm open to
Yeah.
all fields, like whatever
Hmm.
I like. I want to explore more. So that's what I'm hoping.
Okay. And so, when was the first time you actually thought, okay, okay, fine, I have to go ahead and give an MBA after my engineering?
Okay, so in my third year, I guess I started reaching out to my college seniors about the options
Mm-hmm.
of higher studies like masters. I still hadn't decided about which type of
Mm-hmm.
masters I want to pursue. So I narrowed, like, I'll talk to a bunch of people, and they told me about MBA, MS, and all, and the other courses. And after that, I thought I don't want to pursue uh,
Mm-hmm.
sciences right now. So
Mm-hmm.
I thought MBA would be a better fit, also because of my interest in non-tech fields as well.
Right.
So that's why I started researching about MBA,
Mm-hmm.
and then I came across the exam called GMAT. So I talked to some people who have already given the exam, like how
Mm-hmm.
what's the format and all, and what's the use of the exam, like where is it
Right.
used, and which colleges do they accept.
Mm-hmm.
So then I thought, yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
thought GMAT would be a good choice for an exam
Right.
to give because it's accepted all over the world by most
Mm-hmm.
of the universities for MBA.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, then I started preparing.
Okay. So in the third year itself, you researched about the GMAT exam
Yeah,
and thought about giving that in your
yeah.
final year after preparing for some time, right? So now for every student, okay, now the most important part is to choose the right tutor, whether it's a private tutor or an offline coaching center or an online test preparation company. So, what
Yeah.
was your research while choosing your tutor?
So, one prerequisite for me while choosing course that I didn't want to go
Hmm.
to any offline classes because traveling takes a lot of your time and
Yeah,
I don't know, like my schedules were not set. Like I didn't know that I'll be free at the same time every day. So
yeah.
that was one of the reasons that I started looking for an online course.
Hmm.
So then again, like as I told, like few of my friends had already given the exam and
Yeah.
used online courses. Then
Hmm.
I asked for them for their recommendations, and then they told about your course, e-GMAT. Like
Okay.
they told they provide a lot of insights into your attempts. Like I got to know about that graph thing that how many people answered the question correctly in what time. Like being a science student, like
Hmm.
numbers and
Yeah.
everything matters a lot to me. Like I think I
Yeah.
understand numbers better.
Yeah.
So and also I had gotten good reviews from
Hmm.
my peers and online too. So I took the free
Hmm.
trial for 2 to 3 days
Okay.
and then uh, looked around a bunch of concept files.
Hmm.
And after that, I bought the course. And from after that, my preparation was structured. Like I didn't have to
Yeah.
think that what I have to do next. Like everything was
Hmm.
there in the course, like what to do next, and also, yeah,
Right.
it was a good journey.
Right. And you must be glad that you already achieved the score in your first attempt itself.
Mhm.
This particular score. Like I have been following your journey since the last like 6 months approximately.
Yeah,
Giving you study plans, watching you, mentoring you from the past 6 months. So it was a pleasure mentoring you over the
yeah.
past 6 months.
Same
Definitely.
here.
So, since you said that you liked the analytics part so much, I
Yeah,
actually used to see that you were using these Colranium analytics so much and was trying to understand what are your weaknesses and then practicing on on those weaknesses. So that's the best part about the journey. Yes. So now, okay, let's talk about something that how you actually prepare. Okay. So you
okay.
joined us somewhere in the month of January this year, right?
Yeah,
And we connected right away and we started giving you some study plans and everything. So why don't you tell your viewers what exactly was your study plan and how you started? Because you started at a current score of around 640 approximately at
yeah,
that point of time. So what was your
yeah.
approach there?
So when I bought the course, it was
Mm-hmm.
around 22nd of January, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
after that, the course asked me to give a mock to analyze where I am in my current preparation. So I gave the mock, and I
Mm-hmm.
think I got a score of 640 Q50 and V28. So I thought quant is okay. I know most of the concepts, and I don't need much brushing up of the concepts in quant, just practice.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
quant was fine. The main thing that worried me was verbal because even when I was attempting the first mock, I didn't get
Mm-hmm.
the hang. Like, what should I do in this question? Like, how do I approach it? So I didn't know any of the processes.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew that knew from the start that verbal is the part I have to work on the most.
Right.
So I started with the verbal
Mm-hmm.
part of the course
Yeah.
and used a personalized study plan given by
Mm-hmm.
e-GMAT.
Mm-hmm.
They analyzed my score and told me what should I do for what time should I do. Although
Yeah.
I lagged behind in the first few months,
Yeah.
but I I started doing the course. Like the best thing about the course is that you start on a
Mm-hmm.
smaller level. Like when you do the concept files, there are easier questions which you can solve.
Mm-hmm.
Then you move on higher level, and then in Scholar Alien, the cementing process, you move on
Yeah.
to the highest level. So that was the part I liked about the course.
Yeah.
After that, in the month of April, I guess, I completed all three courses, but
Mm-hmm.
I still didn't have much confidence in my abilities to solve questions. That's
Mm-hmm.
when I panicked and I reached out to you.
Yeah.
And after that, I got detailed improvement plans. And you also told me where I was lacking while attempting the courses. You told me that I was attempting the quizzes again, but just answering due to the muscle memory.
Yeah.
So I took that feedback and worked again on my skills. Went through
Mm-hmm.
the concept files again, brushed my abilities, and
Right.
after that I started seeing a lot more improvement in
Mm-hmm.
verbal.
Right.
So yeah, and after that,
Mm-hmm.
like every day, like you guys gave me a plan that
Mm-hmm.
I have to do what I have to do every day. So that helped me a lot because if you don't have a plan when you wake up in the morning, then you just get brushed away, like let's do this, let's do that. But if
Yeah.
you have a plan, then you have to execute it. And at the end of the day, if you execute that plan, you're
Mm-hmm.
satisfied and like
Yeah.
you can repeat that the next day, and that dopamine kicks in and
Yeah.
helps you a lot. So
Yeah.
yeah, improvement plans for each subsection helped a
Mm-hmm.
lot. After that, readiness quizzes, then the
Yeah.
mocks, and coming to quant, like I didn't talk about quant much.
Yeah.
So in quant, I think you guys recommended me. I don't need to go through to the course files. I
Mm-hmm.
started with cementing process and gave the
Yeah.
cementing quizzes to check my
Yeah.
ability levels. And in the topic I was weak, like that also you guys told me which topics I was weak. So yeah, the data part helps a lot. So
Yeah.
in the parts which I was weak, you gave me
Mm-hmm.
you recommended that I go through the concept files
Yeah.
and brushed up my skills and improved. Yeah,
Yes.
and gradually my score kept improving.
Mm-hmm.
In the mocks, I could see the improvement that helped.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was my journey, I guess. I didn't follow any resource apart from your course.
Okay.
I might have consulted I think
Mm-hmm.
GMAT Club for
Mm-hmm.
questions, OG questions. That's
Yeah.
it. No other resource.
That's perfect. Actually, you kept a very simple approach. Just
Yeah,
follow one simple approach and then just follow that religiously every
yeah,
single day. So that's the best that everyone should actually do it. So now, if I remember, your starting score in verbal was like V28, and you ended up with a
yeah,
V39. So it's 11-point improvement across these
yeah.
months, and that's a huge, huge jump. Let me tell you that. So, as I clearly remember, you were facing some issues in SC earlier, the sentence correction part. Okay, so like, would you just like to tell us like what exactly you used to do earlier in sentence correction, and then how you unlearned that, and what was your new approach in the sentence correction?
Okay, so coming to SC, like at
Mm-hmm.
first my approach was like I did go through the concept files and still I couldn't adapt the approach which you guys told me. I still again looked at the sentence and just rushed through the answer
Mm-hmm.
choices. So that didn't help much because you get confused. There are five answer choices in each question that can make
Mm-hmm.
you a lot confused to select the right answer. So
Right.
the I wasn't following any process as such, even after doing the course. I
Mm-hmm.
did get the errors in the easy questions because they're easy to spot.
Yeah.
So that's why I think I wasn't able to solve hard questions. That's why
Mm-hmm.
the score dip in semantic quizzes, especially in hard ones.
Mm-hmm.
So after that, you guys told me that I need to brush up on concepts, and also I didn't religiously maintain the error log at first. I thought that it took a lot of time analyzing. Like I thought I'm giving a quiz in 15 minutes and I'll take an hour, sometimes an hour and a half to analyze it. I thought that was a lot of time to
Yeah.
for analyzing quiz. But after that, I followed the process, again brushed up through the concepts. I think I went through the concept files of every SC concept twice,
Mm-hmm.
almost.
Right.
So after that, I started using the process, maintaining an error log, which helped
Mm-hmm.
really not only in revising the errors,
Mm-hmm.
but when you maintain an error log, you see
Mm-hmm.
exactly what the error you made. Like if once you're reading and getting an answer, oh yeah, that should be
Yeah.
done. Like that should be the answer. But when you write about it, it gets etched into your mind,
Right.
and you don't make like, you might make a mistake, but you most of the times you don't make a mistake the next time. So that helped me
Yes.
a lot
Mm-hmm.
in SC.
Right. So, did you follow a similar approach in CR and RC as well?
Yeah, so in CR, I think I did better than SC the first time. So
Mm-hmm.
one approach I followed is I always took down notes of
Yeah.
every CR passage. Even I
Mm-hmm.
just took down, I don't know, unreadable notes. Just for the sake of writing. Like if I write something, then I think for me it gets into my mind better.
Mm-hmm.
So writing about the passage helped me a lot. I think
Okay.
on the last few days, I also reached out to you that should I even write because of the time
Yeah.
constraints, but I didn't change the approach because I thought
Yes.
it's fine. Like if
Yeah.
I don't spend a lot of time writing,
Yes.
and if it helps, then it's great. So that helped me.
Mm-hmm.
And also the pre-thinking process helped. And
Mm-hmm.
I think that approach was very simple. Like
Mm-hmm.
the way the course builds it up, like from the
Yeah.
falsification scenario and then on
Mm-hmm.
to pre-thinking, that just creates an ability that is second nature to you when you practice it a lot.
Right.
So yeah, that was it. Like I followed the course only for that,
Yeah.
and also got some improvement plans from your side. I think
Mm-hmm.
in inference, I get guys I needed to improve.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Right.
again get got through the concepts of inference, and that helped.
Right. So that was a great improvement journey in the verbal part, wherein you improved from V20 to V29. But on the other hand, you were already at a Q50 approximately
Mhm.
in the code. Now, to maintain that ability while you are doing verbal, it's really tough because you need to be consistent in both the cases. Now, what did you do like to maintain your abilities in the quant while you were doing this verbal improvement journey?
Okay, so like practicing is the key, I think, to
Okay.
maintaining a score.
Yeah.
I attempted regularly. I attempted quizzes
Mhm.
which were recommended through the plans to me,
Mhm.
and that helped maintain my ability. In I analyzed the question which I got wrong, and
Mhm.
saw the solutions, and if needed, I went to the concept files and revised them. That
Mhm.
helped, and especially the practicing the questions helped me a lot in the questions that had the edge cases, like equal to
Mhm.
or greater than equal to. That helped, that I have to read the question more carefully. Most of the
Right.
mistakes I made in questions, I saw that it was due to uh,
Mhm.
not reading the question properly, that what
Okay.
is the question asking, like is it asking something is equal to 50 or something is greater than 50.
Right.
So that would only be helped by practicing more questions
Mhm.
and creating that habit of reading the question properly and writing what the
Mhm.
question really wants.
Right.
So, yeah, the level of questions in the course was good. Like,
Mhm.
I think it was on a higher level than the real GMAT, but that helped me
Yeah.
keep getting grounded and not getting overconfident of my abilities.
Yeah.
Because if I did get overconfident by scoring 100% or 90% on the quizzes, then
Mhm.
I would be like, I don't need to practice more on that. So
Right.
that helped.
Yeah, you prepared for the worst situation possible.
Yeah.
Yes. So if I have to sum up your journey by listening to your journey, it would be like a summation of almost 5 to 6 points. The first
Mhm.
thing is the usage of the data analytics part from the Scholaranium, from where you got to do all of those target practice over there. And after that, you utilize the error logs efficiently. You made error logs your best friends in the journey and you use them religiously, at least in the second half of your journey, right?
Mhm.
And then the third part would be like the strategic review of all the quizzes, right? Whatever quiz you gave, you followed the process and you reviewed each and every quiz. And even if you were reattempting it, you, as you said, you didn't mark any answer with the memory muscle, right? You were
Mhm.
still applying the process and just still going on, coming up with the answer over there. And if I have, yeah, there was one more great point that you said about CR that even though taking notes takes some extra time, okay, as compared to doing it mentally, everything, but you still stuck to your approach. Why? Because it was working for you. And that's really very important for a test taker to understand which approach is working for them and to customize their approach according to that, not to succumb
Yeah.
to everything what others say that no, you should do it mentally and everyone is doing like that, you should also do it like that. That was a great thing that you did, that you didn't listen to that and you stuck to your approach over there. So I feel all of these things, and yeah, obviously just keeping it very simple, just following the study plans given to you,
Yeah.
that was the thing. I think this is the entire journey that sums up 7:30 at the end actually.
Mhm. Yes.
Yes. Perfect. So, since you are a college student, you are in your final year. Okay, so you
Yeah.
must be in the last 5 or 6 months, you must be having some exams, college projects, regular classes, and all. So, how did you manage time for GMAT preparation in between all of this?
So I planned my preparation in my last semester of my college because in the
Mm-hmm.
last semester of engineering, I had less subjects. So I thought I
Right.
had time for the preparation.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I had two subjects and a semester project.
Mm-hmm.
So around that, yeah, classes happened, but I think I was able to devote sufficient time to my preparation. But coming to the end of my semester, I had projects, farewell, and a lot of things like that come with the end of college.
Yes.
So yeah, I had to compromise on some of the leisure activities in college because yeah,
Yeah.
I'm doing a serious preparation, and
Mm-hmm.
I think that requires some amount of sacrifice.
Yeah.
And regarding the exams, I maintained my focus on my GMAT prep and
Mm-hmm.
I gave 2 to 3 days to each exam, which I
Right.
had to prepare for.
Mm-hmm.
And on those days, I did not practice do my GMAT preparation, and then started again after 2 to 3 days. That 2 to 3
Right.
days break did
Mm-hmm.
was a hurdle, but I think by revising the notes, I took a lot of notes from the courses. So by
Mm-hmm.
revising the notes, I could get back on track with my
Right.
preparation, and yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that helped. So yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
Like, do you need to compromise on some things,
Yeah.
and you need
Definitely.
to juggle between tasks, and so that's life. Like you have to juggle between a lot of
Yes.
things. So that
Yeah. I
that comes
like.
from within, I think.
Yes, even I just tell all my students like treat the GMAT preparation just like any other project that they will do,
Mhm.
either in the college or in their professional life. Take up the responsibilities, plan your tasks ahead, and then do the things. As simple as
Yeah.
that. Yes. So that was there. So now coming to the mocks part. Okay. So as you said, you were constantly growing with each and every mock. So if I have to
Yeah.
let the viewers know about your mock scores, you started off with a 640. After the entire preparation, then the first mock you scored 680. Okay. Then a 720, a great improvement over there. Then a 700, a little bump in the right. But then in the end, you managed a 750 as well in the end,
Yeah.
and then finally ending up with a 730 in the GMAT. So it was a tipsy topsy journey, but it was always in the upper graph, right? So was there any particular strategy that you used to do while doing the mocks or while reviewing the mocks as
Okay. So when I gave the first mock, like that was for the analysis purposes only. I gave the second mock without e-GMAT's recommendation. Like after the verbal improvement plans, I just thought, okay, now I think I need to get how am I doing in the real deal.
well? Mm-hmm.
Get the data about how am I doing on the real exam. So I
Yeah.
gave the mock without your recommendation, and I scored a 680. And I thought, like, I think I need to go a far way to get a better score. So
Mm-hmm.
after that, you guys told me that you shouldn't give the mocks just like that. You should have a ramp up quiz, a mock ramp up plan, basically.
Yeah.
Like on the first day, you give OG quizzes, then you give Scholaranium quizzes, and then after that, when you get in the groove of solving questions, then you give
Yeah.
the mocks.
Yes.
So yeah, that helped a lot, and
Mm-hmm.
that was reflected in the next score. Like I got a 720 after following
Mm-hmm.
the mock ramp up plan. So that was that.
Mm-hmm.
And regarding the exam, like I in the second mock that I gave, I thought that I didn't have enough time
Mm-hmm.
to complete my exam. So I thought timing is a major part of the GMAT exam. Like
Right.
there are a lot of questions and a lot of dense questions which you have to
Mm-hmm.
solve in a given amount of time. And I saw that I had a lack of time in
Mm-hmm.
the exam. I always scored a little bit less
Yeah.
than the mocks which I had enough time on. So I thought
Mm-hmm.
timing is an issue right away. And
Mm-hmm.
and after the exam, especially in the Sigma X mocks, there is a detailed analysis, like in which block you spend more amount of time, in which block you got the questions wrong. So that helped a lot. Like I realized in the first and the second block, I was spending more time than usual. So I improved on that and kept in my mind that I have to solve the starting questions at a faster rate because they are on the easier level, and
Mm-hmm.
by solving at a faster rate, that does not mean that you have to compromise on the accuracy. Like you have
Mm-hmm.
to balance both of the things, because if you compromise
Yeah.
on the accuracy, then your
Mm-hmm.
score would dip because the algorithm won't give you harder
Yeah.
questions. So the analysis really helped, like the
Mm-hmm.
timing information, the productive and the
Mm-hmm.
unproductive time in each
Mm-hmm.
block. So that here really helped me understand the algorithm better. And
Mm-hmm.
of course, the detailed solutions to every problem and the forum
Yes.
queries were also like, even if I couldn't understand the answer given in the official like solution of the course,
Mm-hmm.
I went on to the for detailed forum section where a lot of
Right.
students had already posted their doubts similar to mine. So
Yeah.
that helped a lot. I didn't need to even ask extra questions. I
Yeah.
think once or twice I would have posted a forum query, but
Mm-hmm.
the given forum queries were sufficient, I guess.
No, that's a great part actually that you were utilizing even others' queries as well to
Yeah.
your advantage. No, that's a great way to take up the mocks, and that's why you actually kept on improving with each and every mock. But I do remember that one day before the exam, probably just a night before the exam, something happened, and that's very normal to every student. That's like very common to each and every student. That's a test anxiety, right? So why don't you just talk like what exactly happened and how did you manage that actually?
Okay, so coming on to the last day, like in the last few days to the
Mm-hmm.
exam, I had you guys and you and I discussed the plan what to do in the last few days.
Yeah,
So the last day was reserved for analytical writing and IR section.
yeah.
So you guys told me that it doesn't need a lot of preparation because
Mm-hmm.
you're already doing questions from quant and verbal, and IR is a mix of those only. So,
Sure.
and for AWA, there's a template, the Chinese one
Mm-hmm.
template that is the
Yeah.
standard.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, so I started practicing it. It was a Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So I started practicing on AWA and wrote an essay. For
Mm-hmm.
that, I practiced the question, and then I came on to the IR section.
Right.
So after that, I gave a quiz on the IR section and didn't get a good score. Like, and I don't know, I solved, I guess, 3 or 4 questions out of 12. So that
Yeah.
uh, panicked me. Like, I thought, what am I doing
Mm-hmm.
in IR? Like, although it doesn't matter, but it does get you off your edge a little
Yes.
bit. That maybe you have not prepared enough for anything. Like, I thought I
Yeah.
was losing the ability to solve questions on any section like quant or verbal. Then I reached out to you guys that this is happening, I'm panicking, what to do. So
Yeah.
you guys replied, and that helped a lot. And you also recommended that I take a small quiz
Yeah.
in verbal and quant so that I just get my confidence back. I took the quiz at night,
Yes.
got my confidence back, and again, like had a good night's sleep. That
Mm-hmm.
helped.
Yeah.
So yeah, the last moment support too was really helpful. Thank you for that.
No, just being calm is a solution because every student needs to trust their journey. Because you have put in so much of effort in the past 5 or 6 months. Now, just one quiz, one bad quiz can happen to anyone, but
Yeah.
that would not define your current ability. That is just a bad quiz that you had. Anyone can have that. Okay. But that does not mean that you do not have the ability. And that's what I actually told you the same thing. And I'm glad you listened to it and then you took the recommended steps and yeah, you ended up with a 730 at the end.
Yeah.
Perfect. So that's a great way to actually end. But before we actually sign off, are there any tips that you would like to give to other GMAT aspirants out there?
I think one of the tips I would give to the aspirants is again follow a simple approach. If you keep following a lot of resources on any exam, be it the GMAT or any other exam for that matter,
Mhm.
you tend to lose your path a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's a tip I want to give. If we follow any resource, just follow it religiously and trust the resource.
Mhm.
So that's one of my tips to give. And also uh, try to maintain an error log. Yeah, like it sounds like that
Yeah.
it's a task that no one wants to do, but it should be done
Yeah.
because you realize its importance when you start doing it actually.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Definitely.
that's and be focused. Like I did lose my focus in the starting of my preparation. Like my first few months went really slow.
Hmm.
So that I would recommend be consistent and focused. Even if you
Right.
can't devote a lot of time, just devote an hour or two every day. Just don't
Right.
be let the days be that one day you're doing 4 hours and the next week directly you're doing 4 hours. That
Yeah.
won't help you a lot because consistency is key here. Because you tend to lose
Right.
track of your abilities if you don't practice it every day. So yeah,
Yes. No, perfect. Consistency is always a key. It might sound
yeah,
as the simplest thing to do, just to turn up every day, but trust me, it's the hardest thing to do out there,
yeah.
to turn up every day. So yeah, that's perfectly great. And thank you so much, Akarshit, for sharing your entire journey with us and sharing such valuable tips
Thank you.
with all the GMAT aspirants. And we are sure that whatever you do in your future endeavors, you will excel as the way you have done in the GMAT exam. And we wish you all the very best for your future endeavors.
Thank you. And thank you to the EGMAT team and of course you, Akash, for mentoring me all along and calming my nerves on the last day of the exam. That really helped.
Yeah.
You guys had a major role to play in my 730. So thank you so much.